Well, if you are going to be out today and tonight, there could be a risk of some severe storms around the valley. Here is the way it looks. We showed you earlier the slight risk, but when you look at the overall hail outlook too, is why there is a possibility of some large hail. I highlighted the areas here from Starr County off to the north and west. Those areas have a 10% or higher chance of 2-inch diameter hail. It's very large hail or larger within 25 miles of a point. So if you pick one point, say right there around like Hebronville, within 25 miles of there's a 10% chance or higher of hail that big, which doesn't sound, 10% doesn't sound like a big chance, but it is compared to most of the time around here. So again, if you are traveling in or around the valley later this evening, there could be some big storms around the area. The official outlook, there it is. Overall, there's a slight risk of severe weather now across all of the valley, which is an update that's different from what we had this morning out there. So if you are traveling, like I said, anywhere around the valley or near the valley, there could be some storms entering the valley as early as about 4 p.m. Right now, there's nothing out there, but that could change as we go through this evening and tonight. So storms are possible mainly this evening. I think that at the earliest around 4 p.m. in Starr County, but as we go through this evening and tonight, there is a risk of severe weather probably at least through about midnight. A cold front arrives on Friday. That's also going to create the chance for some showers and maybe a storm or two tomorrow, maybe even some downpours possible, especially if you're traveling anywhere across southeast Texas. There could be some very heavy rain we'll show you, but more rain is possible tomorrow. I think the rain chances overall may drop off more by Saturday and Sunday, but there may still be a little rain around. Texas seems very quiet right now, but don't let it fool you. Like I said, if you are traveling anywhere across South Texas or the valley, there could be a risk of some storms this evening, but also a risk of very heavy rain and flooding tonight and tomorrow across southeast Texas, places mainly north of Corpus Christi. First 1-5 Doppler network, again, is quiet right now. What you want to do, though, is you look at this radar and you say, oh, it's very quiet out there, but watch the radar, watch it on the weather app you have, or look on TV here. Watch this area out just to the west of the valley in Mexico and near Laredo to see if more storms form. You see there's one right now, but what you want to do is watch this area in Mexico. If storms start to form, and my microphone just fell off, if you check for storms out there this evening, those storms will try to form and then move eastward into the valley this evening after 4 p.m. in Starr County, maybe elsewhere later this evening and tonight. Northward, though, all these counties there are highlighted from about Corpus Christi northward in that area under flash flood watches, not only through tonight, but all the way until 7 o'clock in the morning or evening on Saturday, depending on where you are. But this area could get very heavy rain. Some of the models are saying some areas may get locally more than 5 or 10 inches of rain with big storms and multiple storms. For us, the severe weather threat today, to kind of break it down to storms that could approach from the west in the Starr County sometime after 4 p.m. If they are able to hold together, there's the possibility of some large hail and strong winds, and then what's left of the storms, if they are able to hold together or if they maintain their intensity, once they leave Starr County, they could move elsewhere in the valley later in the evening hours. So you kind of want to watch Starr County first, but everywhere then as we get closer to sunset and later in the evening or into the nighttime hours before midnight. Future Track shows quiet weather this afternoon, but it is on the same idea here. You notice by 5 p.m. storms near Falcon Lake or Zapata County are trying to form and then moving eastward. And you notice all the way up through 11 p.m. the storms kind of move eastward. And this model run kind of weakens the storms gradually, and that may or may not occur. But, again, you kind of want to watch initially by Starr County, maybe 4, 5, 6 p.m. and then see if stuff forms and moves eastward this evening. By tomorrow morning, may wake up to quiet weather. It could be a few showers or a storm around as a cold front rolls in. Now, this isn't a winter type front, but some of the models, like the NAM model, does have a decent cool down with some low clouds, maybe some showers along and behind it. There could even be a few storms, but once the front tries to roll in, temperatures will probably reach the 80s for a while tomorrow, but could fall back into the 70s, especially depending on the rain. If the rain helps cool the air, that will keep temperatures cooler later tomorrow afternoon. And then by Saturday, we're still maybe on the cool side when temperatures could start today and have a hard time getting out of the 70s. So your temperatures right now in the 80s across the valley to near 90 degrees, going to be back in the 90s this afternoon. We get some of that heat energy build up that could cause some showers and storms. So your first 1-5 AccuWeather 7-day forecast. High temperatures around 93 today. Remember, there could be some storms around tomorrow, late tonight, and then even again tomorrow. But this evening is the biggest risk of severe weather. Tomorrow there could be some storms likely when the front rolls in, or some rain. May want to watch out for a few pockets of heavy rain. Behind that, we could see a cooler weekend with highs in the 80s Saturday and Sunday. Lows take a bit of a dip, and there could be a few showers. I don't think we're going to see big rain on Mother's Day if you're making plans with Mom, but maybe a few light rain showers. And then with moisture in the area, still maybe a few storms at times next week. But as I mentioned, the greatest threat for severe storms will be later this evening. We'll keep tracking your First Warn 5 forecast. Dina?